Okay. Okay, and welcome to the extended week ahead for the week of the 13th to the 19th of November, 2023. All right, so just in like an hour and a half, we have the Scorpio new moon. And I mean, this is definitely the month of Scorpio is, it is that time of the year where we dive deep, whether we like it or not. And as you can see here now, we've got the moon at 19, the sun at 20. Yesterday morning, we had Mars, which was at 21 degrees, opposing Uranus. And Mars is the ruler of the sun and the moon. And so because it is conjunct the sun, it is extremely powerful at the moment. So in the air in general, we have a lot of volatility. We have deep intensity. We have, again, there's that line. All right. So whereabouts on the line do you sit? How is it affecting it? Is it hitting off any of your planets or points? Regardless of that, in general, there is just violence, volatility, and drive. There can be really strong drive in the air. Like for myself as a Scorpio, I'm getting back into fitness with determination and consistency. All right. So when on Sunday we have the Sun-Mars conjunction, this will be the time to start something that has the legs to continue. So back to Monday. All right. So, I mean, look, most of the day is over, but, to say that our nice, comfortable existence is being challenged at the moment for a lot of people is an understatement. The Scorpio, drugs, sex, other people's money, intimacy, violence, the underworld. There could be some pretty shady deals happening at this time, but just that Uranus opposition, I mean, this could look like a financial issue. Taurus rules money. There could be a challenge to maybe create a new way of doing things because, I don't know, it could be bankruptcy. It could just be the lack of finances forcing you to do something different, and I mean, it could be something as simple as calling the bank to get your your finances renegotiated. I mean, that's an uncomfortable thing to do, but Uranus could be forcing you to do something different. All right, so there's a whole lot of stuff it could look like. All right. But, in general, it is going to be, the level of intensity that we are diving into at the moment is making us feel very, very uncomfortable. All right. So that could look like us going to our escapist tendencies. Like I said, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be, I mean, I don't know about how many sex addicts we've got here, but it could definitely be, sexual addiction, hookups, I don't know. Anyway, I can move on, but you get the idea. All right. Now, the positive thing that we have in this whole experience is the Venus-Mercury sextile. All right. Now, because Uranus is in Taurus, being ruled by Venus, the planet of love, and the things that we're passionate about in a loving sense. Scorpio and Mars is also passionate, but in more of a sexual sense, whereas Venus is looking for beauty and just nice, aesthetically pleasing, good conversation. All right. So anyway, I was saying earlier this morning, by looking for the love in yourself, then by looking at the situation you're in with love, then that might help you connect to Mercury in Sagittarius and finding a bigger meaning to it, more understanding. But and then also, we look here, that's really tight. Chiron, our wounds in Aries. All right. So, how we view our past experience and what wounded us as an individual. We have Hygeia, our mental health and well-being in Aquarius, just looking for that freedom. All right. So There's another one that's asking you to look at the bigger picture in this whole scenario. So, healing your, looking for the well-being to heal yourself so you can just move through and move on. My God, that was a very long Monday. But anyway, I'll go forward to Tuesday. Okay. All right. I'll talk about the new moon intentions later on as well. Okay. So now Tuesday, the moon moves into Sagittarius at 1:23 p.m. So Tuesday morning could still look quite intense. In here I have written. All right, so we have the moon conjunct Mercury. All right, so those intense feelings that we may still be having as a after effect of the new moon. Again, that conjunction to Mercury, that's actually really good. It allows us to see the bigger picture. We're looking at philosophy. We're looking at adventure. You might just want to transform the emotional intensity into getting outside and clearing your mind in nature. That's another way that you could look at that moon Mercury conjunction. All right, so if it is, if you are struggling with this energy, get outside and see if you can do it. And yeah, okay, sorry. All right, so this is back to Tuesday. All right, now we do have a square to Saturn at 2:25 p.m. on Tuesday. So if there are delays, all right, so if you're working with someone, all right, so this sun Mars could look like you working cooperatively with people, but the frustration levels are very, very like on edge. So make sure that you're articulating well. Mercury in Sag is not actually great for articulation. You could just be like blah, 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 because you're too fast. Mercury in Gemini is the opposing sign. Mercury in Gemini is very articulate. Mercury in Sag could just be talking woo, or not making sense because it is in detriment. All right. So if there are delays on Tuesday, then have a look around and see if there is something you have missed. And like I was just saying, if you are getting frustrated, try to articulate what you mean in a clearer sense. Okay. So yeah, that's about it for Tuesday. Other than the moon moving into Sag, which is going to lighten the mood considerably. All right. So we also have that Sun Uranus opposition, and I've spoken enough about the Scorpio Taurus Uranus opposition. It's the same thing. The level of intensity that our mind is going to, or that the sun is shining its light on all of these things in our lives, and it's just like, oh my God, like calm down. I don't like this. I'm not comfortable. And then you're like, okay, shit needs to change. All right. Okay. That's about it for that. All right, let's move forward to Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, my birthday. Wednesday is my birthday. Actually, Tuesday, yesterday, it was mine and Michael's 14th wedding anniversary. So there you go. All right, so Wednesday. Now, all day there is the moon trine Chiron. Okay, so now that we've got out of the intensity of the Scorpio stuff, and we've got a few more things in Sag, and we're looking at, we're allowing our experiences to the meaning of this stuff is being shown to us. So, oh my God, that song is just continually playing in my head. From little things, big things grow. And I love the analogy that, down in the depths is where there is pressure is where the gold and diamonds are created. So maybe if you get something out of what you're going through now, that's got the potential to from little things, big things grow. So there could be that type of experience. Now, so that was the moon trine Chiron all day. All right. We are moving into a healing aspect. It's forgive and forget. It's moving on, consciously moving on, deliberately moving on, accepting healing potential and moving on. All right. Still got the Sun-Mars conjunction, so that's still making everything quite intense. You know, that beautiful Mercury-Venus is still happening, so we still have, you know, look for the love. You know, just continue to look for the love wherever you can find it. All right. Now, in the words I wrote, that there is an extra boost of energy today, driving you to move forward to the new you. All right. You are shucking off the shackles of the past. So it's a harmonious day where you can easily make the adjustments needed to get further down the road to your version of success. All right. This is it. This is your version of success. Don't worry about what anyone else says. You know, you're doing the healing, you're doing the transformation, you're the one moving on. Okay. Okay, so anything else to say about Wednesday? Not really. No, let's just go forward to Thursday. All right, so Thursday, still got the moon in Sag. So the moon moves into Capricorn in the evening. All right, now, in the morning, we have the moon square Neptune. So if you are the type of person that likes to plan out your day, don't plan for too much in the morning. We do have a good aspect of the moon sextile Saturn between 1 and 7. All right. So, and the moon is also trine the nodes. All right. So if you do have to plan for something, like I said, plan for that after lunch to end of business, because I just think you're going to be able to get more done. And I mean, I'm working on business hours, I suppose, and this is my time. So Brisbane, you get an extra hour, and WA, you get an extra 3 hours. So Amy, this would be your 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. But I mean, I guess that's just saying, I guess maybe you'll just get more work done in the afternoon in the clinic or something like that. But just don't get upset with yourself. You know what? Moon is Sag. You're going to be quite blasé about it anyway. But once that moon moves into Capricorn, so that's going to be more for Friday's benefit. But yeah, so the chill morning, things should get moving after lunch. Play nice in a team environment and allow others to have their say. And remember, if you're feeling too much energy, to just channel it out physically. Moon's still in Sag, Mercury in Sag, get out into nature. I don't know, watch something blissful that you can, or brainless that you can just escape in. I don't know, watch travel shows. That would be a good one. Watch travel shows and escape in your mind rather than your physical body. All right. Because we do still have that combative energy. Look at this. The Sun and Mars are both at 23 degrees now. So that's it. They are conjunct. It's not exact. That is Saturday morning. Oh, sorry, that is Saturday afternoon. So man, they're going slow right now, but they are conjunct. All right, so moon south node is great. Like I said, it's going to be a better afternoon than it is in the morning on Thursday. That Mercury and Venus are also in conjunct. All right, so adjustment required to Jupiter. All right, so that's, here we go. So that's forming a yod. All right, so that finger of God aspect. So the adjustment around how you feel. Oh, this is a good one, actually. The adjustment is how lucky, how blessed, how lucky do you feel? All right, so I was just saying earlier to find the good place. I think this is, I'm really getting, this is a type of attitude of gratitude sort of energy where it takes you adjusting how you view your luck and abundance in your actual physical space, you know, so, and, you know, viewing your luck around your finances and self-worth, you know, so the adjustment is between love and thoughts and how you view things of value in your life. All right, I like that one. That one's only just come to me. So that's a good one. All right, so there you go. Thursday, have an attitude of gratitude. I'm even going to write that down. Sorry, guys. Gratitude. All right. Okay, so let's go forward to Friday. Okay. Now, Friday morning. All right. Sun Mars conjunction, you're going to be like, I'm going to do the thing. You're probably going to have so much energy. Moon in Capricorn, you're going to be like, I'm going to get work done. Got a beautiful trine there to Jupiter. Seriously, you're going to be like, I've got to get work done. So the only thing is there is a square to Venus. So I have written, if you're not feeling love, then have a fun break or do something that's going to make you feel who's just going to give you a little bit of a boost of dopamine. I don't know, maybe you can do some mirror work or I don't know, pick yourself a flower so that you feel that love, because the moon is square Venus. So we don't want to get into a sulky mood because the moon wants to work and it's going to work really well. But the square to Venus has the potential to stop you in your tracks because you're like, So that type of thing. If you are feeling it, maybe set yourself a reward so that once you've completed the task at hand, you'll get that reward, whatever that looks like for you. Or, like I said, you could have some fun. I mean, you know, which way do you work best? You either have the fun first and then do the task, or do the task and convince yourself that you'll have the reward at the end. Either way, I'm positive that you'll get the task completed. Now, the only thing that's happening today is the moon and then the sun is conjunct Mars, square Saturn, trine Neptune, sextile Pluto, and in conjunct the North Node. So there's a lot of things potentially showing up in your life. You know, the sun square Saturn, come on, do the job. Don't let the things stop you. So the sun, Mars, you could be getting frustrated. The sextile to Pluto, you could be seeing the reality of the situation, but then emotionally we're like a little bit petulant. All right, same with that Neptune. Neptune's allowing you to go into that headspace to move forward positively. So yeah, definitely watch out for Friday. Okay. All right, now Saturday. Saturday is the big one, guys. We will talk about this after this, but all right, so it's going to be a cracker. We have got the moon in Capricorn, sextile the sun. That's awesome. All right. We will be able to, and the moon conjunct Pluto later on in the day. So such a volatile day on Saturday, guys. All right. So we've got the potential for extreme transformation. All right. Moon Pluto, Capricorn, those foundations, our business plans, you know, the way we've always done things, because that's like your policies and procedures, because it's the opposite of Cancer. It's because it's the way it's always been done that way, that type of thing. All right. So Moon Pluto, we get to transform that. Sun, Mars in Scorpio being ruled by Mars. Oh my God, just so much frustration, volatility, like all of the Mars words, they're just off their heads. All right. So then the trine to Neptune, again, it allows you to go into that subconscious realm, to challenge the narrative, to find some spiritual potential in it, to again, it can be pretty sketchy potentially for addictions to rear their heads. So if that is part of what you're experiencing right now, then please be careful for Saturday. Distract yourself somehow, because the Uranus in Taurus, it is showing that you can transform this energy by doing something different. All right, so maybe have some distraction measures in place so that the Sun Neptune doesn't just allow you to float back into a habit that you don't want to be in. Okay, so that's a definite potential. All right, now in the words I wrote, a powerful day where you can see the cogs of time and effort working towards your goals. If you are feeling extreme emotions, channel them physically before verbalizing any frustrations out on other people or on yourself. All right, that self-worth is still in the air. a day where you are almost unbeatable, but don't be the thing that brings yourself down. All right. So again, there's going to be a lot of in the air. All right. And then we go to Sunday. Okay. So Sunday. Okay. So we have the moon now. Sorry, the moon goes into Aquarius at 10:27 p.m. on Saturday night. So I won't even worry about sort of putting it on Saturday. It's a Sunday thing. All right. So now we have the moon trine Venus. All right. From here to here. All right. So this could be because we've got the moon in the humanitarian sign and what is good for the group at large, but square Jupiter. All right. So that's a bit like I'm just not feeling it. All right. So you may feel like you should do the right thing or say yes to a request somebody makes of you, but deep down, maybe you either can't be bothered or you really need to rest and recover. Either way, always be true to what is right for you right now. So as that day grows, we've got the moon coming up to Hygeia. So again, first, you are the center of your universe and you need to do what's right for you first. And then, it could be a day where you're, making adjustments. We've still got this beautiful Venus Mercury saying, I love my own balance. I'm finding balance and acceptance from within. Venus is starting to come up to an opposition to Chiron. I mean, it's very wide. It's not really quite started yet, but it's still there. And like I said, Moon Hygeia, just emotionally feel into it. Is it the best thing I could be doing for myself? If not, don't do it. All right. What else? And look, Mercury is coming up to a beautiful trine with Chiron too. So these healing aspects are starting to show their face. All right. So yeah, it's intense. But you can see a light at the end of the tunnel, or something like that. Anyway, you're moving into something where you're going to be much more comfortable with putting up those boundaries and all the healing stuff. So I will stop this share, stop recording.